Okay, welcome back to the APA paper construction videos. We've already done the title page with the running head. Remember, everything should be double spaced. It should all be Times New Roman 12. Make sure that your headers are also Times New Roman 12. We've talked about the abstract, which should be typically 150 to 250 words. You should have your keywords down here in italics. Now let's talk about the body of the paper. The body of the paper will start on the third page. First thing, on the first line, you should have a copy of the title from the title page. So the full title from the title page. Then you start indented 5 spaces or 1 common tab to type the introduction to the paper. Now, the introduction should introduce the problem. It should begin on a new page. Remember, the introduction to a manuscript does not carry a heading that labels it as the introduction. It's assumed, if it's the first paragraph, that it's the introduction. So what you want to do here is you actually want to just tell the readers what this is going to be about. Many people think that you should talk about why the problem is important, how the study relates to previous work in the field, what a primary hypothesis, things like that should all be done in this introduction. So this is the area to really get the reader hooked and have them come in and like what you're doing in the paper. So you're going to write out a couple of paragraphs here of what the introduction is. Then you're going to go into the other sections of the body of your paper. Remember that you need to use headings. In APA, a level 1 heading is a heading that is centered, bold, and uses capital letters. So the next section of the paper is going to be methods. So we're going to type methods. Going to make it bold, and it is capitalized. This is a level 1 heading that tells us that we're entering a new major area in the paper. So you start your paragraphs again indented. And we're going to just copy some text and put it in here about the method section. So the method section presents detailed description of how you did the study. Now you notice I copied and pasted things in here and the spacing's messed up and the font's messed up, so let's fix that. Remember that all spacing in the paper should be double spaced. So if you hit Control A, which is Control All, then right click, you can come down to paragraph. With this, the before spacing and after spacing should be 0 points. The line spacing should be double. There should be no indent on the left. There we go, that looks better. Remember that you're going to line everything up left justified, so the left side's lined up and the right side has this ragged appearance. As you're doing your sections, you may have subsections. So in methods, we're going to have a subsection called participant characteristics. Again, this is a level 2 heading. So a level 2 heading is going to be left justified, words capital, and bold. This tells the reader that you are starting a subsection of the main method section. Again, I'm going to copy some text and put it in here. The text doesn't show up right, so we can do Control A, go to paragraph, make sure that your indent, your before spacing, and your after spacing are all 0, and your line spacing is double. And it formats everything for you. Now, new paragraph should always be indented here. Remember, abstract's the only thing that's not indented. There you go. Now we're building the body of our paper. Now in the paper you're going to have to do some in-text citations. An in-text citation should connect the information in the paragraph with the references on the reference page. If you don't have an entry on the reference page, it should not be cited in text. Also, if it's not in text, it should not be on the reference page. We'll talk more about references in the next video.